Okay, everybody, it's me, Bonkai922. Wistoria! Wanted Sword. Season 2. This is episode 6. The First Bloom. I'm not gonna lie, this episode kind of pissed me off. But I will explain. So, the episode starts, they're getting their white robes, which are colorless. And the 50 mages are chosen, have been chosen. Will's already got his robe, and he gets a shiny new sword. The dwarves made it for him. It's white with like a little gold on the side, and there's like a gem in the middle. Nice. So he gets his robes all stacked out. Everybody gets theirs, and they go on their way. Now, what pissed me off about this episode is this. We get a flashback with Elfie and her assistant. And Elfie has significantly sent out letters to Will to scout him. And what does this assistant say? Oh, the upper echelon of the tower still need convincing. Okay. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Let's count how many... Wait, I got to find the names. Magia Wenda were present during this attack on the city. Now, mind you, this altercation when they're going into this area, basically what happens is they get to the tower, the gate opens, they go in there. There's a elevator, basically. And they get pushed up. It's the first level. In this level, there are other mages and other people who study magic. There's crepes. There's this funny scene. I gotta talk about this scene. This was so funny with if I can find her freaking name, because I am bad with names. My apologies. Liana. Liana uses her... This is funny. She uses her lightning magic to go... Shoo! She just zips by everybody. And goes to this store that's selling crepes. And she's like eating them. And Colette's dragging her. She's eating them. I just found it so cute, so funny. So, this area that they're in is for research and so on and so forth. But these people that are there have the same rooms they do. They have not been picked by a faction. And what I'm referring to are the different magics. Darkness, earth, lightning, wind, fire, ice. I think that's all of them. The episode, I really didn't pick the other ones that were there. But I know there was earth, darkness, lightning, fire, ice, wind. Those are the ones I remember. I think there was more, but I'm not really sure. Anyway. So, they go to this other area after that, where all the factions are there, and, you know, basically all of them are getting chosen. Because they were all scouting. See? But, of course, Will doesn't get picked. Why? Oh, because these hoity-toity pieces of crap who did absolutely nothing. When those guys with those monsters came into town and nearly wrecked the whole joint. almost basically saved the town himself, almost, pretty much. But no, they need more convincing. Of course, I'm not overly upset. I'm kind of upset by it, but the thing is, there were other people there that were not picked by a faction. One of them was Julius, which was, it's kind of funny. He is not being picked because of Elfie. She doesn't like him because she wants Will. It's hilarious. Now, but the caveat here is this. The girl name is Claudia. She explains that the people who were not picked by factions, the colorless, can still get picked. Fight some monsters. Now, of course, the other mages that are there are having a difficult time. Not Julius, and certainly not Will. And you see, this is the point I'm trying to make with this show. I understand it's got a story to be told, and that's all good and well. But I would like to know, what is the BS with this BS of delaying Will from being picked with the faction? Because here's the thing. The 5 great wands, that's what they're called in English, they saw Will fight. All of them. Fire, wind, lightning, ice. Old king guy, which I believe is light. I could be wrong. I'm not really sure what his magic attribute is. I think it's light, but I can't be sure. And they all saw it. So explain to me, anime, why you feel it's necessary to waste our time with this BS. Listen, I don't want to complain, but this just seems like a waste of time. They all know what Will can do. So why do you want to do this? Oh, you guys do realize, he's kind of important. Yeah, he kind of is. But you guys don't see it yet. But you should. At least to all the complaining I'm doing, they have their fight. Will destroys them, annihilates them. And then we're back to, and he even uses, he says, he shoots an ice. This is one part. Julie shoots an ice in the direction of Elfie. Will jumps in front of it, absorbs it into his sword, and then goes to town. And Elfie's like, whoo! She's all googly gaga over Will. And he continues to fight and kill these things. Now, from the preview, which is very confusing, they show up more monsters, I think, and he fights them. Reinbold says a few words. I don't know what else happens. I'm going to be very blunt about this with this anime. I'm going to be patient, but not too patient. Will better be chosen by a faction by, what was 6? 8. 8 or 9, because we're not going to do this whole spiel where he's waiting and waiting and waiting. He's been waiting for like a whole goddamn season. Jesus, come on, anime. But, least to say, I'm still going to give this a high rating. 9 out of 10. I just feel like the 5 great wands are a-holes. They're a-holes. They're a-holes. Compared Bug. They're a-holes. You saw what he could do during the fight when he tried to save the city, and you're still going to have him go through this bullshit? Just have him be picked for the faction and move on, please. I'm sorry, but I know there were other mages who were among there also that were not picked, and I understand that. But come on. At some point, you need to just, and even during the fight, everyone was impressed with Will. So, what are you guys doing? Like, Really? Come on. I digress. But that was the episode. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it. But I'm just a little sick and tired of the uppity bullshit ego trip that these 5 wands have, that this whole tower business has with Will. Because I think it's a bunch of bullshit. It's just them tiptoeing and more challenges for Will, because we need to push him to the complete edge. Like, dude, just have him join a faction and be done with it. Ah! But that's all I got for you guys for that one. Podcast 922. I'll see you guys later. But what is the last thing? The animation when Elfie gives like the point face to Julius, priceless. I'll see you guys later.